This week, we're going to talk about what it takes to become a successful cheerleader and to really be an asset for your team. Welcome to the Cheer Athlete Podcast, where we bring coaches, parents, and athletes expert tips and advice to help keep cheerleaders healthy, strong, and at the top of their game. Now let's go. Welcome to the Cheer Athlete. This week, we're going to talk about what it takes to become a successful cheerleader and to really be an asset for your team, and what you can do as a parent or a coach to help your cheerleaders be an asset for their team. So this last week, I took a challenge called the Invincible Challenge with my coach, Greg Todd, and he took us through a lot of concepts that were helping us to build a better business. And they apply to cheerleading, and they apply to being part of a team and building up your team. And you could use this also, if you are a coach, like use this, and you're an owner of a gym, use this to build your team as well, because that will help carry over into everything. So we talked about mindset, skills, tools, and discipline. And so we're going to talk through each of those and how you can help to develop your cheerleaders to help make that better so that they really become a strong asset to the team that they're on, but also moving forward into being able to continue in cheering. So in this challenge, he talks a lot of different skills in there, but I really like this concept of creating this asset, and how we as cheerleaders are assets to our team, and how do you become a better asset. If you have a flyer who wants to be, to get better and to get a spot on a team and to become a better cheerleader, she needs to become a strong asset for the team. She needs to be valuable to the team. And creating creating a good mindset will help to make sure that she stays focused. Now, when we talk mindset, I think a lot of this is, really what our belief is. Do we believe that we can, be a good asset to the team? Do we believe that we can be a stronger cheerleader? Do we believe that we belong on this team? Do we know why? I think even at a young age, I think it's important to address, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to be a better cheerleader? Why do you want to be on this team? Why do you want to show up every day and go to practice? What's your why? And when we can remember that why, that helps us to carry over and gets us out of bed. It gets us to practice. And we're all going to be grumpy at times. We don't always want to go and be at practice. But when we can remember, I had a rough day at school today, I just want to stay home. Not feeling it. But when you can remember that, hey, I want to be better, and I someday want to be like, I want to make the USA team, or I want someday to be on the Olympic team. So I'm really I got to put my work in, and I know I can do it if I put the work in. So even though I'm tired and sluggish and don't feel like getting up today, I'm gonna get my butt there. When we can remember that why, it helps us to make getting to practice and doing the work that much easier. And that's a big part of the mindset. I do not believe that anybody can give you the motivation to do something. We have inspiration. You can inspire your kids by, being all hype and getting after them, like, come on, let's go. And you want to do this, let's go. Or I'm paying out a lot of money to get you to do the teams that you want to do. And I'm giving you privates, but if they don't have that internal motivation to do it, it's not going to happen. And that really, it comes from within, and they have to sit with that and figure out, why do I want to do this? Now, I worked with a group of 6-year-olds, 6 to 8-year-olds this past weekend, and helping them kind of learn body position and where they're supposed to stand when they're stunting and how they have to be closer to each other. Mostly what I worked with them on was, creating some better body awareness and what it feels like to feel tight and how to pull up on a stunt and, create some core stability at the same time, creating mobility there. And then talking with their parents about the same thing. And I asked them at the beginning, why are you cheering? Why do you want to cheer? And they couldn't quite tell me, because at that age, you don't really know. It looks like fun, and it looks exciting when I see other kids out there. Now, they can't really put the grasp on that. But when you get up into 10 and beyond, and definitely in the high school age, like, why are you trying out? Why do you want to be part of this team? Why are you pushing yourself, and have them remember that why on a regular basis. That's going to help their mindset and help to keep them moving forward and keep that motivation that from inside that helps them to get up and do the work, of do the extra work of their exercises, outside of practice. So mindset is a key thing. And we say that for everything, right? But if you keep talking to yourself and telling yourself, I'm never going to get there, I'm never going to make it happen, then we're not going to get there, right? I have to remind this to myself all the time. And, I think it's very easy to get caught up and feel down and think like it's never going to happen for me. You have to consistently remind yourself, okay, let's stop. Let's do some positive affirmations. You know, you can Google your affirmations. That's what I talk about at the end of the podcast every time. You can do anything you put your mind to. You just got to put your mind to it and want it and get out there and do it. So our mindset really plays a big role in if we're going to succeed and if we're going to be a strong asset to the team. And quite honestly, no team wants somebody that's just a Debbie Downer all the time and doesn't want to participate and do things and put that extra effort in. Like we have to want that. We have to have that mindset. Like I'm going to go and I'm going to be the best I can be today, and I'm going to make myself 1% better. When we can do that, we have that belief, then we will get stronger and better and be a really strong, valuable asset to our team. The uh, next word we used was skills. To become make a valuable asset, be a valuable asset to your team. You need to have the skills. You need to put the work in. You need to learn how to tumble. You need to learn, take steps, and progress gradual. It doesn't mean that you go from a forward roll to a full, or um, a shoulder sit to a full up. Like, you got to get the skills, and you got to do that over time, and you got to build over time and put the work in and make yourself have a strong foundation. Get stronger in the gym. If you can't get to a gym, do your body weight work at home, planks and even squat holds, pulling, and doing, like, I call it a bat wing exercise, where if you're bent over and you just pull your elbows together, pull your shoulder blades together and your elbows back, and you just hold that isometrically for 30 seconds, you're going to strengthen your upper back. Like, you've got to do the work. You've got to have those skills, both out of the gym and in the gym. When you build your strength up, you're building a foundation for your cheer skills. And then learning the positioning, these little girls needed to really learn how to come in together. And it doesn't happen right away. They need to know, where do you hold on a thigh stand, or how do you set up to build? Where do you hold on the leg? What position do you need to be in if you're a flyer? And teaching that over and over again, and creating those skills and building that foundation is going to give you a strong base to be able to move up the chain, to be able to progress and get better. And that's when you develop better skills. Once you master your baseline skills, like you have a concept of it, like, oh, I want to do that, and you're aware, like, oh yeah, I want to do this next skill. Then you can start to put the intention in, like, I'm going to learn how to do it, and I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to build my strength. I'm going to get my mobility. I'm going to put in extra time. Maybe you do privates. Maybe you work, with an outside coach to get stronger. Or you take a course and you just keep learning. I'm going to learn how to do this. And then you make that progress into putting the effort in to get better. And you gradually develop the skills. And then from there, you might say, okay, I've gotten this. Now I want to do X, Y, and Z. And we just keep layering that and layering that. So building on those skills. And when you have the drive and the motivation to do those skills, it will take you to the next level and make you a strong asset for your team. Then you need tools. You need to know, what does it take to become next level? What does it take to become a champion? My coach said that, we really need to train like pro athletes. And in order to do that, that means taking care of our body. So, drinking your water, you need to have a good water jug, like a pro athlete would. We need to have access. Some of this may be food, right? We need to have good quality food with us. If you're traveling a lot, having the quality food is a tool keep you, have your energy stay up for those long practices and long days at competitions. Tools might be weights. I love kettlebells, and adjustable. I don't particularly love adjustable kettlebells. I think we should have different sizes, but the adjustable kettlebells work just fine. It's just my own preference. And having so a kettlebell you can really hold and maneuver to create some different stability around, to strengthen the wrists, which is absolutely what bases need. And they're great on strengthening the core. But a dumbbell works just fine as well. Things like bands to do some pulling, getting that resistance training. Maybe you need a stretch out strap to help improve flexibility. Or what I love, for if you've seen any of my other YouTube videos for my hamstring stretch, just that works on strengthening the core as well. We hold with a strap that's like more of a resistance band and a thicker one, and you hold that up and lower leg, do an opposite leg raise with that. That will help to strengthen your core, increase your flexibility in your hamstrings, and strengthen the hip. So things like a heel stretch or a jump, it's going to really help a lot. And you get a little tiny bit of resistance with the band that you don't get with a stretch out strap. All these things you can find on Amazon, but they're just tools to help improve the mobility. Now if you can't get that stuff, use a towel. There are ways to implement. Use your hands. In the clinic, my hands are my biggest tool. I'm trained in Graston. I don't love using the Graston tools. I'd rather get in a massage. Whatever you need to do the work, to learn how to do a push-up, to learn how to, whether it's a stunt stand, or we just had yoga blocks that we were standing on and gave some outside pushing around perturbations, to help them get the feel for what the balance would feel like. And those are other tools. And creating those tools and having them, maybe it's a matter of you have a workout plan, and you've gotten my free guide for flyers, or managing back pain, which is not up, but I'm in the process of doing a back pain and an ACL reconstruction one, or ACL injury one. Or if you're looking for a tool to kind of guide you through how to get stronger and what injury prevention might be, and something that's going to help you keep going, message me. I'm happy to put that together for you. So we need those tools to help keep building that foundation. When you're at practice, you need resources like, we at one time I didn't have mats to work with my kids. Now most places, most cheer gyms, all cheer gyms have them. And I assume all high schools have them. Some of the youth clinics, youth programs, they may not have mats. They're practicing outside. And that can be okay if we're aware of the surface. But, having safety precautions in place is crucial to helping build strong athletes and making them be better assets in the process. Making sure they have the right sneakers. It's costly, but having the right sneaker can make the difference between, a base having a good solid hold on the flyer's foot. I'm a barefoot person, so I think the less support in a shoe, the better. But you might need a little bit of support in the shoe just to help stabilize. But a super thick, clunky shoe base is not going to like that, and that makes that much harder. But having the right shoes can be helpful. Making sure that you take your earrings out. So having tools like, so I just have my icebreakers here. Take an empty one of this and throw your earrings in there at practice, or your belly rings, so that you have a tool to be able to keep that in. Maybe it's a bag. There's all kinds of things that's going to make you, whatever you need, find that to help make the skill practice be easier and take you to the next level. If you are looking for different tools to help make you stronger, and for workouts, I have some bodyweight workouts that are up on the website, and my LT, the cheer PT.com page, there's different body weight stuff in there that you can grab access to. So maybe you need to know how to do this, and when you find those tools, that's going to make you that much more valuable and make you a stronger asset for your team. And then the last piece is discipline. We can have all the best laid plans, but if we don't actually put the work in, and we don't practice our daily mindset, if we don't work and look at where we want to go for our skills and have that intent to get there, and then put the effort in to get there. If we're not getting access to the tools that we need, and taking that step to make ourselves better. And if we're not doing all that, and we're not actually putting the work in, and we don't have that discipline to get up every day, to be that pro athlete that we want to be, to take care of our bodies, to get rest, to do our recovery work, to do our strength work, to make sure we're eating good food and we're conditioning ourselves and we're showing up every day. If we don't have that, then the rest of it isn't worth it. Discipline is a key thing to making consistent habits. And when you stay consistent, like, when I was doing this podcast and I took a break at Christmas and New Year's time because I just needed some time off, but it was hard for me to get back into it. When you're disciplined and you make that regular habit, things will get easier, and then you just have to continue to improve from there. Like the improvement, even days that you're frustrated, that discipline will help to make you stay at it and keep working. Pro athlete, I think it's hard for cheerleaders to see like what's a pro athlete in cheerleading, because we don't see a lot of uh, cheerleading like we are used to seeing it at cheer competitions and at football games for high school and college. Like our epitome is maybe college cheer, but if you want to make a college cheer, that's a pro level cheer, right? If you want to maybe make USA team, or you want to make a world's team, that's a pro athlete. So pick your pro athlete that you really want to be like and model them. What do they have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and their snacks? Are they getting rest? Are they really working hard? Are they in the gym extra? What are they doing for their workouts? You know, there's varying workouts for everybody, and you got to find what is best for you and who you want to model. But find that person, like, I want to be like Gabby, and in 10 years I'm going to be like Gabby, and I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to train like her, and you know I'm going to make sure that I'm getting the right nutrition, and then that's the steps to become that pro level athlete that we want to be. And we should train like a pro athlete. I can make a case for a 6-year-old not training like a pro because they're just getting started. But having that, that's where parents come in. You've got to be the pro. You've got to say, I'm going to get my kid to practice. I'm going to model. I'm going to get my workouts in. I'm going to make sure that I know what they need to do so that I can teach them and help them to show up. And that's where that modeling behavior comes in. Like when you show up for your kids every day, they're going to see that. And when you show up and like encourage them to go follow through on their commitments and to be a supportive teammate, like maybe they're not getting in the spot that they want, but they are encouraging of their other teammates and they still are going to put the work in. And you're encouraging them to do that because you do that outside at your job too. That will make them follow you and model you and continue to grow. So you make them a much better athlete in general and human in general, and they're going to be a stronger asset, both in cheer and in their professional life as well, whether it's in cheerleading or not. I hope that's helpful. Mindset is key. You need to have the skills, you need to have the tools, and you need to have the discipline to stay and be accountable and put the work in. Injury prevent this, strong asset, like all of this stuff is what goes into injury prevention. People always ask, how do I prevent injuries? You can't fully, but you can have the right mindset and have the skills and put the work in and get the tools and get your workouts in and be disciplined about it and reduce your risk. Because as you get stronger, you have a less risk of injury. So take these, practice them, sit with them. If you want some more feedback as to, what can I do for affirmations or, to help change the mindset, it's a work in progress. And I think it's something that we all have to keep working at, but keeping that positive mindset and that I'm going to go after what I want, and taking one step at a time is really key to becoming a strong, valuable asset. I posted on social media yesterday, I believe it was. So today is, when this comes out, it's going to be Wednesday, the 29th. Yeah, it'll be the 29th. And I posted a couple days ago about, I'm in the process of putting together a program and I'm looking for, I want to make this to be really special for you and what you're looking for. So please either, message me on social media and let me know that you, one, heard this, and two, that if you have something that you're looking to make your cheerleaders better and what's going to help to really push them to the next level and get them to where they want to be in the next year. So reach out to me and let me know that. Um, Definitely check out all the free resources that I have. Those are going to get updated soon. And I want to make that be specific for what you guys are looking for. So absolutely reach out for that. And I do have another next week on the podcast. Susan Averna is going to be with us, and we're going to talk about her upcoming book. She's a coach at Trinity College in Connecticut, and she's got a great book coming out, and I can't wait to talk to her about that. And that'll be on the podcast next. That'll be up next week. Please put the work in, do your mindset work. And if if you'd like to jump on a call with me and kind of talk through what your next steps are to help making you world class and making progress and uh, training like a pro athlete to get you to be a better asset, please reach out. You can find a contact information and to reach out, and I'll give you we'll schedule a call for that as well. Now that's in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening to me today. And I hope, I'd love to know what your biggest takeaway was. So either if you're watching this on YouTube or on Spotify, you're listening on Spotify, leave a comment. If you're on iTunes, leave a comment, leave a review for me so that I can know how I can be better, and share it with your friends and colleagues so that we could get this information out to more people and help all cheerleaders become valuable assets for their team. Thanks again for listening. I hope you have a great week. Don't forget, when in doubt, breathe out. Take life one step at a time. You can do anything you put your mind to. And as my friend Drew Keller has said, you're responsible for your own vibes. Go get the day.